global resolution. There's one on the docket for today. There's two that got bound over. I don't know if the paperwork got done. But we did a plea agreement and it has all of those new cases on it too.
I can approach, Your Honor. Well, yeah, I'll hand you that one to kind of show you the structure, and then Mr. Cole is signing one. He had signed mine, but it's got handwritten scratches on it, so he typed one up. It's better.
Sarah went into overdrive and got all of these.
Yeah, so I do have extra copies for probation.
So on the plea agreement, I do not need that. I did, for sake of keeping things try to simple, the 1-3, I kept it, I think it's 5513 and 5512. I was able to do that. So on mine, when I gave judge this morning, has the corrected circuit number times.
Perfect. Thank you.
So under the plea agreements, that's the file that was set for hearing today, which is 5497. That's going to be an added count 2 of the lesser charge of larceny. What is the maximum penalty on the added count 2 of larceny? 1,000 to 20,000.
It is 5 years.
I agree with that, Your Honor.
Okay. And then
That added count 3 is going to be the misdemeanor stalking, so it's a 1-year max.
okay.
And then the third and final count, that count 3 is breaking and entering with intent. That's a 10-year felony.
So I'm just going to repeat that with case numbers just so that the record is clear. So in case number 5497, Mr. Crowell's going to plead guilty to an added count 2 of larceny, 1,000 to 20,000. Dismissal of count 1. In file number 265513, he's going to plead guilty to an added count of 1-year stalking for dismissal of 1 and 2. And in file number 5512, pleading to count 3 as charged with dismissal of counts 1 and 2. Is that all correct, Ms. Cole?
Yes.
Mr. Kroll, have you had an adequate opportunity to talk to Mr. Thompson about this plea agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
And what we've said here on the record today is that the agreement that you discussed with him,
Yes, sir.
is that how you wanted to proceed today?
Yes, sir.
Can you raise your right hand, please? You solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I did, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Kroll, are you currently on any kind of probation or parole?
Yes, Your Honor.
What is that out of?
So I have probation out of Crawford County for MDOP last year of 2024.
So it's with the district court. Are they going to violate your probation based on these charges?
I believe there is a court case or a hearing coming up for
Yeah.
probation violation.
Yeah, I suspect they'll drop it, given that these are all resolved, but that's not part of it.
Okay. So you understand that you could face an additional penalty in that case if they find you violated your probation for these cases.
Yes, sir.
And then in file 5497, you're going to plead guilty to 1 count of larceny at $1,000 to $20,000. That's the felony that carries with it a maximum possible penalty of up to 5 years. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
And in file number 265513, 1 count of misdemeanor stalking that is carries with it a maximum penalty of up to 1 year in jail.
Yes, sir.
And then in file 265512, 1 count of breaking and entering with intent, that's a felony that carries with it a maximum penalty of up to 10 years. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
With all those things, are there any consecutive, either mandatory or discretionary? With all of those penalties in mind, then how did you want to tweak each of those charges today?
Guilty, Your Honor.
Right now, you have certain rights. I'm going to go through those with you. You have the right to have a trial. You have the right to be tried by a jury. You have the right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty. You have the right to have the prosecutor prove beyond a reasonable doubt that you are guilty. You have the right to have any witnesses against you appear at trial to question those witnesses. You You have the right to have the court order any witnesses on your behalf here at trial. You have the right to remain silent during a trial, to not have that silence used against you, and the right to testify at a trial yourself if you want to. You understand all of those rights.
Yes, Your Honor.
It's,
Yeah, I have to correct the record. I shook my head. I believe technically the court would have the discretion to make the breaking and entering consecutive to the larceny because he would have been on bond for the larceny. So it's discretionary.
okay. So, Mr. Kroll, when I was talking about those maximum penalties, there's a thing called consecutive sentencing. It's that you would have to serve the sentence in one case, and then you would start the sentence in the next case, as opposed to serving them both at the same time. Does that make sense?
Is that the difference between getting double time?
No, that's a little bit different. But in this case, because you were on bond for the larceny, when you committed the breaking and entering, I, as the sentencing judge, could decide, let's say if I gave you 1 year for the larceny, I could decide to sentence you to 1 year on the breaking and entering and have them run back to back. So you would have to serve essentially 2 years. Whereas concurrent sentencing means to you, even if you got 2 sentences of 1 year, they would both be served at the same time. So you only serve 1 year.
I understand, Your Honor.
It's discretionary, which means I don't have to do that. It's not automatic. You understand that?
Your Honor.
Does that change anything about your willingness to enter into this plea today?
Are my guidelines still relevant?
Your guidelines will remain exactly the same. That won't change the guidelines.
Then I'm good, Your Honor.
As we were discussing all the rights that you have, you said that you understood that you do have all of those rights, including the right to a trial.
Yes, Your Honor.
Can you tell me what will happen to those rights after today?
I'll be waiving them by my own free will.
Also, you don't have the automatic right to appeal the plea that you're making here today or get it reversed. You can only do that by leave, and that means that you would have to ask for the Court of Appeals to hear your case. They could say no, and then that would be the end. You'll understand that.
Yes, Your Honor.
Has anyone threatened you with anything to get you to plead guilty?
Not that I know of, Your Honor.
Has anybody promised you anything other than what we said here in court today to get you to plead guilty?
No, Your Honor.
Is it your own free choice to enter this plea?
Yes.
Are you pleading guilty to each of these charges because you are actually guilty of each of them?
Yes.
With regard to the larceny charge, the information indicates that that happened on or about late August, early September of 2025. Is that the correct time frame?
Yes, Your Honor.
And during that period of time, did you steal some or take some steel plates that belong to Lake State Railway Company?
I did, Your Honor.
Okay. And at the time that you took those items, was it your intent to take them and put them to your own use, whether that's to use them yourself or sell them?
I intended to take them to the salvage yard and return them as scrap as what I believed what they were in the first place.
Okay. Did you own those things? Other than
No.
thinking they were scrap, did you have any kind of right to do anything with them?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Did the actual owner of those plates give you any permission to take those and sell them as scrap?
No, Your Honor.
Did that happen here in Crawford County?
Yes.
The next matter, which is the stalking matter, the information that indicates that happened on or about November 30th of 2025. Is that the correct time frame for that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Was that based on a PPO Ms. Hope, or what was the factor?
There was a PPO and a bond condition prohibiting contact with an individual named Marissa Julio. He had contact with that individual. I believe that's sufficient. I can ask those questions.
Yeah, why don't you go ahead?
All right, Mr. Kroll, you're familiar with an individual named Marissa Julio?
Yes, sir, that's my fiance.
Okay, and on November 30th, there was a PPO prohibiting you from having contact with her,
Yes,
and as well as a bond condition,
yes,
and you had contact with her,
yes, sir,
and that happened here in Crawford County.
yes, sir.
All right, I believe that's sufficient. Yes.
Ms. Hope,
That is sufficient, Your Honor.
and Mr. Thompson, if you would, then just would
Certainly.
count through.
All right, and as to the third case, there's an individual named Jeremy Craig who lives in Crawford County, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, did you enter his, a detached garage next to his home?
Yes,
All right, and you forced your way in, correct?
I did.
All right, and you forced your way in to take property out of that garage? Including property that belonged to Jeremy Craig?
Yes,
All right, that all occurred in Crawford County.
yes, sir.
I don't have any further questions.
Ms. Hope, are you satisfied with the factual basis as to all counts?
Yes.
Counsel, are either of you aware of any threats, promises, or inducements other than what's been placed on the record?
No.
Your Honor, I would just indicate that there was a, part of this was a district court that has already occurred on this file. So just so the record's complete, part of it, we also was pled guilty on a domestic violence.
Counsel, are both of you satisfied that the court has complied with statute or law?
Yes.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Kroll, the court finds that your plea is knowing, voluntary, and accurate. The court is satisfied that there's a factual basis to support a finding that you are guilty of each of these charges. The court will accept your guilty plea as to each. This will be set for a sentencing hearing and be notified of the date and time of that hearing. Between now and then, you'll meet with someone from the probation department for a pre-sentence report. You'll have an opportunity to go through that with Mr. Thompson before the sentencing hearing. Do you have any questions about that?
No, Your Honor.
That's all for today.
Thank you.
We do have
Hi, Your Honor.
Mr. Hi, we do have Mr. Truce connected, so we'll go on the record in People versus Scott Michelle's. This is file number 255502. The record should reflect Mr. Michelle's present here in the courtroom today. If I could have both counsel put your appearances on.
Lucy McGregor on behalf of the people.
Thank you, Your Honor. Richard Trush on behalf of Mr. Michelle's.
Mr. Truce, can you tell me the status of this file here today, please, on behalf of defense?
Yes, Your Honor. I believe we do have an agreement whereby Mr. Michelle's will be entering a plea to count one with no objection to treatment under 7411. In addition to that, there are, I think, 2 driving on a suspended license files in the district court. And we've discussed we'll be wind up making an admission to one of those. One of them was just arraigned yesterday, so it's not exactly clear that's how that's going to happen yet, how it's going to unfold. But that's the agreement that we have.
Ms. McGregor, is that a correct statement of the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Michelle's, have you had an adequate opportunity to speak with Mr. Truce about this agreement?
Yes, sir.
And what he said here today, is that the same agreement that you discussed with him?
Yes, sir.
Is that how you wanted to proceed today?
Yes, sir.
Can you raise your right hand, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Mr. Michelle's, are you currently on any kind of probation or parole?
Just probation for being on bail.
Okay, like the bond conditions?
Yep.
Yeah, but nothing outside of that?
No, sir.
Okay. And you understand that the maximum possible penalty you could face for this charge would be up to 10 years and or $15,000 fine?
Yes, sir.
Have you ever had any kind of controlled substance related offense in the past?
No, sir.
With that maximum possible penalty in mind, what is your plea to that charge today? Right now, you have the right to have a trial. You have the right to be tried by a jury. You have the right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty. You have the right to have the prosecutor prove beyond a reasonable doubt you are guilty. You have the right to have any witnesses against you appear at trial and to question those witnesses. You have the right to have the court order any witnesses on your behalf appear at trial. You have the right to remain silent during a trial, to not have that silence used against you, and the right to testify at a trial yourself if you want. You understand that you have all of those rights.
Yes, sir.
And you understand that you're going to be giving up and waiving all of those rights by pleading guilty. You won't have them.
Yes, sir.
Also, you don't have an automatic right to appeal the plea that you're making here today or get it reversed. You can only do that by leave, and that means you would have to ask the Court of Appeals to hear your case. If they said no, then you couldn't go any further with that appeal, and you'd be stuck with this plea that you're making here today. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone threatened you with anything to get you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
Has anybody promised you anything other than what you said here in court?
No, sir.
Is it your own free choice to enter this plea? Are you pleading guilty to the charge because you are actually guilty?
Yes, sir.
This happened on October 23rd of 2025. Is that the correct time frame?
I believe so.
Had you been present in Crawford County at that time?
Yes.
When you were in Crawford County at that time, did you have possession of methamphetamine?
Yes.
Did you know that that's what that substance was?
Yes.
Do you have any legal right to have any amount of it at that time?
No.
Ms. McGregor, are you satisfied with the factual basis?
I am, Your Honor.
Mr. Trush?
I am.
Ms. McGregor, are you aware of any threats, promises, or inducements other than what's been placed on the record?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Trush, are you?
I'm aware of none.
Ms. McGregor, are you satisfied that the court has complied with statute and court rule in the taking of this plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Michelle's, the court finds that your plea is knowing, voluntary, and accurate. The court is satisfied that there is a factual basis to support a finding that you are guilty of this charge. The court will accept your guilty plea. We'll set this matter for a sentencing hearing. You'll be notified of the date and time of that hearing. Before you leave today, you're going to meet with the probation officer to set up a time for the report. And between now and the next hearing, it's important to stay in touch with your attorney, Mr. Trush, so that you're ready to proceed at that date. And if you have any